Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to do your makeup for a special event. This would be anything from a pageant to a photo shoot, being a guest at a wedding, anywhere basically that you are going to have your picture taken. So the rule of thumb here is that you need to do your makeup a lot darker than your everyday look. Reason being, the lighting in the camera is going to take away anything between 20 to 30% of your pigment of your makeup. So then you basically won't see it on your photos or even on stage. Okay, so let's get started. Okay guys, so we're going to start with skincare, which is very important because if you don't have a great foundation to work on, your makeup isn't going to look that nice. So I've already cleansed, toned and moisturized my skin, and because I have a dehydrated skin, I've applied extra serum on my problem areas, which is my forehead, bridge of my nose and my cheeks. And then I normally apply twice a week. I apply this mask from Dis-Chem. It's 16 odd bucks. I have loads of these in my refrigerator. And then if you work sparingly with it, it has a little serum on the side that you can use for about 2 to 3 days, depending on what your routine is. So after you've done that, then we'll start with eyes. Okay guys, so I like to start with my eyes first. Reason being, if you have a full face of foundation on and you're then going to apply your eyeshadow, you are inevitably going to have fallout from your eyeshadow on your cheeks, and when you try to remove that, it's just going to make a mess on your foundation. So that's why I like to start with my eyes first. So we are going to start off with our foundation on our eyes. You can use a eyeshadow primer if you want to, but I just do my foundation. So you're going to cover your eyelid with foundation. Don't stress too much, like don't cover your brows, but don't be too stressed if you go into your brows a little bit. After you've applied your foundation, like any makeup, you would then set your foundation with setting powder. Reason for that is otherwise your foundation is going to crease into your eye socket, and then all your hard work on your eyeshadow would be useless. So all I do is I take my powder puff and I just press it into my foundation. Okay, so we are going to do our brows first. What you need is an angled brush like this one, just a flat normal angled brush, and I'm going to take my darkest brown. This is a very cold brown, for lack of a better word. It doesn't really have any personality per se, because if it had a red undertone, then obviously you're going to have that red undertone on your brows. So all you do is dab it into your powder, and I'm just going to have a look in my mirror. I like to outline my brows first, and I like quite a solid brow. So you can always, if you don't have really full brows, you can always measure your brows like this to see how far you can extend your brow. So I always like to extend my brow just a little bit over there. And then in the front, I like a bit of a ombre feel to my brow. So I just brush that a little bit. If the brow isn't sharp enough for you, don't stress about it. I'm going to show you a trick to sharpen up the edges. And then also for ethnic girls, the powder doesn't really work as well if you don't have a lot of brows. So what I always use for my ethnic clients is a pencil first, like just a normal brown pencil, and then I draw out the brow, and then I would fill it in with the powder. Or you can use a liner like this, which is just like it's a gel liner in a brown. Also again, just draw your brows and set it with your eyeshadow. It really is all depends on what type of brow you want. So I am quickly going to finish the other side. Okay, so once you have both sides done and you want to make them a little bit sharper, I like a sharp brow, you take your foundation again and you take a nice flat brush, just like this one, take it into your foundation. And what's nice about this trick is that you can clean up anywhere that you feel like you've maybe overlined them. So I mean, you can already see the difference between the two brows. Our eyeshadow. Okay guys, so we're going to start with our eyeshadow. So I'm going to show you a basic brown. Reason being that it's the most natural for everybody, but you can always play around with it afterwards. Like maybe instead of doing it all brown, you can bring in a little bit of purple, a little bit of black, or you can completely change your colors into, I normally do like rusty colors for my eye color. So it's really all up to you, but I'll show you the basic browns and then you can play around with it as you practice. Okay, so we are going to start with our lightest color, which is this one over here, to do our brow bone. You are once again just going to use a little flat brush and press on your color. Okay, perfect. I'll come a little bit closer so you can see. Okay, then we are going to go on to our second color. We're going to use the same brush again. I would say let's use TV brown. And you are going to do a big V on your eye. So now you're just placing the eyeshadow. You're not really blending it at all. You're just packing pigment on. So it's very important that you go a little bit higher than your brow bone. Reason being that otherwise when you open your eye, they won't be able to see it. Like here you can see, if I open my eye, you can't really see there where I've placed pigment. So we're going to place it like that. And then you're going to take your blending brush, just a round little one like this. And you're going to dip it into your color again, and you're going to start blending it out. Just a little bit so that you again open up your eye, because everything you're going to do downwards, you're making your eyes droop. We're going to move on to our second color, which I'm going to take a flat brush again, maybe just a little bit smaller than our first one. So just like that. And I think we're going to go into this color over here, which was the same brown I used for my brows. So again, you will do a smaller V this time. And also you're not going to bring in the color too deep over here into your crease of your eye, because the darker you're going to go into your inner corner, the more you're going to close your eye. So it's very important to keep that only halfway. Okay, so once you've done that, you are again going to go in with your little blending brush, dab it into your color and blend. So this one you would blend more in the socket of your eye. So if you now feel that you've lost your first color we've used, the TV brown, you just take your blending brush, go into TV brown and blend it. I'll come a little bit closer for you girls so you can see. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with, I'm not going to go completely dark yet. I'm going to go in with a little bit of a shimmer on the ball of the eye. So this is, let's say bring it closer so you'll see it has a little bit of a gold shimmer in it. I'm not a fan of doing silver on my eyes, especially like this kind of color. Like my glitter sometimes would be a silver, but I'm not a fan of doing a shimmer in a silver. I find it's a bit too cold for the eyes. So all you're going to do is again just take a normal flat brush, dip it into that color, and on the ball of your eye just place it there. So we're working lighter as we go into your inner corner. Reason being, the lighter you do your inner corner, the more it will brighten your eyes. Okay, so normally you can now choose if you want to do maybe like a little purple in there, but I'm going to do a black for you guys, especially for the ethnic girls as well, so because you can use black a lot. So you are going to take a small brush, let's use this one. It's just a little round pencil brush, and you dip it into your black and you make a very small V. Also, not where the previous color we used up until the half of the eye, this one only a quarter. You are then going to take a small blending brush like this one and really just blend it out. Be careful not to blend too much into the middle of your eye. So I always go in again with my bigger blending brush and just make sure that I don't lose those colors that I've applied before. So I'm going to come a bit closer so you girls can see what it looks like. And I think I'll even push it a little bit further and make it just a little bit darker, a bit more black. Okay, so I would take my flat brush again, just go back in with my gold. Okay, perfect. And then because it's evening or special occasion or pageant where you're going to be in lighting, I would do that color. You can see it's a much loved color. This like almost whitey gold color. Dab it in there and go into my inner corner. So if you find that it doesn't really have the effect that you want and you want a more glitter look, I'm going to show you girls what to do. Okay, so you're going to go in with a foundation, preferably a very light one like an ivory, and just a flat brush, and really just go into the inner corner, not too far out, and then you kind of blend that in. So don't worry about like going over your other colors, and you don't need to be too precise because we are going to blend it. Okay, and then you are going to go in again with your lighter colors. So we're going to use that white goldy color that I did before. There you can see the big difference it makes. So I'll do that, and then I'll go back in with my gold. Just kind of press it on. So it gives you that feel of a cut crease, but not really. So you would take your blending brush again and just kind of blend that harsh line out there. Okay, perfect. Then what I would do, just because it is a special occasion, you take that same white goldy color and put it on your brow bone. And then I would go in with a little bit of a shimmer. So I don't know what it's going to look like on camera, but I'll show you, or I'll try to show you. This is called Gold Glitz from Creative Glamour. So like you can see there in the light, it's absolutely stunning. So what I do is I just take any of my blending brushes and dab it onto that area. Guys, so I've now finished both my eyes. So we're going to do our liner now. So it's really up to you what you want to use. You can either do a liquid liner, a pencil, a gel liner, or you can even use your eyeshadow. It really depends on what works best for you. So I think what I'm going to do is I will do my pencil, because I don't want a very solid line. So I'm going to do my pencil and then smoke it out a little bit, which is also a very good technique if you're not that practiced at doing eyeliners yet. Okay, so I've made the basic. I'm going to show you. Let's see there if you can see. I've drawn my basic line of what it is that I want. And then I'm going to take my liquid liner Okay, so if your liner isn't 100% perfect, don't stress about it. I'm going to show you a neat little trick on how to fix that. Also, if the line on top isn't 100% perfect, I'm going to show you now how to smoke it out so you also don't really see that flaw. Okay guys, so I've done both eyes on eyeliner now, and I'm now going to show you how to smoke them out a little bit so it's not such harsh lines. So you're going to take your angled brush we used a little bit earlier for our brows. You're going to dip it into your black and just make that line a little bit softer. Sorry, let me just get into the... So just take your blending brush and your black and then I'm going to go in with my blending brush again with a little bit of the brown just to make it a bit even. So there you go guys, there you see what I've done with my eyes. There you go. So I'm quickly going to finish up the other eye and then I'll show you my little trick. We'll do mascara and lashes and we'll take it from there. Okay, so like you guys can see, I have done both of the eyeliners on my eyes. I'll come a bit closer so you guys can see. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to do mascara first. So you always apply mascara before you apply false lashes. Reason being, so it kind of blends in and then it's easier for you to apply the lashes as well. And then after you've applied lashes, you will go in with your mascara again and just kind of run it through your strip lash. So unfortunately I don't have a strip lash with me because it's not a basic necessity, so I can't get it now during lockdown. But I am going to put a few individuals on just so you guys can kind of get the feel for it. So I have applied my mascara now. Then you're going to go in with a wet wipe. These are really your best friend. You should have wet wipes with your makeup at all times because you never know what's going to happen. Okay, so you take your wet wipe, you take your finger, wrap your wet wipe around your finger and literally wipe from underneath your eye and up. So you guys can see what a nice solid line that makes. Don't be too stressed about the line itself because we are going to kind of clean it up with our foundation. So you can make sure that the underneath your eye is clean. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so we are not completely finished with our eyes yet, but I want to start with our foundation first because whatever we've done at the top of our lids, we need to do underneath our eyes as well for our drop shadow. So I'm first going to start with a little bit of color correcting because I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but I have a little bit of a purple here underneath my eyes. So what you do is you go in with your color corrector. I'm going to use a yellow because the yellow kind of hides all purple bruises and like your under eye area. So you would once again take just a normal flat brush into your yellow. Well, that's my problem. It all will depend on whatever skin issues you have. So I'm not going to apply it too thick because I don't want to make it cakey underneath my eyes. And it also brightens up your eyes underneath, which is great. We all need to look a little bit less tired and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. during the day. So after you've applied that, I just go in with my wet beauty blender. Okay, so what I do afterwards is I've put on my primer first. So this is a very nice illuminating primer from Luma, which it has a little bit of a, you won't be able to see it, or there you do. It has a little bit of a shimmer in, which I find kind of illuminates your skin. You'll see now when I apply it what I mean by it. So I'll just take my foundation brush and apply it on my skin. You guys can already see what a difference it makes to your skin, because I'm sure what you've noticed is that I'm a little bit pink I have a little bit of a pink undertone, so I find that this also takes it away. And also just lightly under your eyes, not too much, because we don't want to take away the color corrector we've just put on. And then we are going to go in with our foundation. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my Supra foundation. This is an oil-based foundation, so for me with a dry skin it helps a lot, so my skin doesn't flake during the day. So I apply a little bit of this because I'm battling overall to find a color foundation that matches my skin. So I would go in with that, and then a lighter color, again Supra, and just kind of blend them in together. Guys, always remember to cover your ears as well, because otherwise you're going to have this very nice covered skin or face, and then your ears are going to be blotchy and red. So that's always very important. And then here where we did our eyes, especially for that line there, you can just kind of blend it in on top across your nose. Remember to also blend into your hairline and then down your neck. So you're never going to go and dab your brush into your foundation and then go down your neck, because whatever garment you're going to wear, the foundation is going to go sit on that. So you just go down a little bit, just blend it in. Okay, now that we are done with our foundation, I'm going to show you just a little bit of contouring. I do find that contouring is kind of moving out of the spotlight now, so I only contour with one color. I don't do the dark and the light and all of that. So again, you're just going to take a flat brush like this one that we've used for the color corrector, and I'm going to go in with this color over here, and if you don't know where to contour, just suck in your face and you'll see where that line drops. So you're going to apply it over there, guys. Remember, when you do blend your contouring, to blend it into your hairline as well. That's very important. And then I'm sure you've noticed I have a little bit of a double chin, so you contour underneath, not on your jawline, because we contour because we want to take away. So if you contour on your jawline, you're taking your jawline away. And then I always like a little bit of a heart shape face, so you put a little bit of contouring over there, and then just a little bit here on my nose. And you'll also see I don't apply too much, because I am going to go in with a powder contour afterwards as well. So you just take your blending brush, just your normal one we put on foundation with, your flat brush, or you can do a sponge, but I like my flat brush, and you blend it in. And then you would blend here again into your hairline. That's very important, because otherwise it's going to look like you're wearing a mask. Okay, so after we've done foundation, we powder. Okay, so now we're going to powder. So again, you just take your little powder puff, and I like to almost kind of bake underneath my eye, because I do have a lot of moisture underneath my eye, and that also ensures that you don't smudge your mascara. But I mean, if you have a very good mascara, then it won't smudge in any case, unless you also have a lot of moisture underneath your eye. So I apply my powder underneath my eye very thick and kind of leave it there, because also what would happen is in the kind of baking process, it highlights underneath your eyes as well, so you don't look tired. And then I just take my little powder puff and go all over my face. And guys, then also remember, wherever you've applied foundation, you are going to apply powder, because otherwise your powder is going to come off. Okay, you now just take your powder brush, this big fluffy one, and just kind of wipe. Okay, so while we wait for our foundation and our powder to kind of settle on our faces, what we'll do is whatever we've done on top of your eyes, we are going to do at the bottom lid as well. Your drop shadow is what it's called. But it doesn't need to be necessarily that intense as we did on top. So again, you're just going to go in with your angled brush. And I would use this brown that I've used as my first color. Underline my eye. Then you take a little bit of a lighter color, which was our highlighting color, and I would put it on our inner corner, because that's going to open up our eyes. And then we take the darker brown and we take a black. So we're not going to pull the black through completely, because we do want to keep our eye open. Okay. So I'm quickly going to put on a few individual lashes, and then I will see you on the other side. Okay, so I have done my falsies. I'll come a little bit closer so you can see. These are just cluster lashes that I normally use for my brides, because it's still a glamorous look, but it's just softer. Like I said, I couldn't get a hold of any strip lashes due to the lockdown, so as soon as I do get, I'll maybe send you guys a video on how to apply those lashes perfectly. So now we're going to do our eyeliner. I'm not a huge fan of doing a full black because I always feel like a full black is a little bit too harsh and it closes up your eyes a lot. So I would do black on the outer corners and then maybe a brown or even a color like this gold one. I have an emerald one. It looks like a black, but it's a little bit of it has like a green tinge to it, which is very nice. Or I especially love to do a like this flesh colored one because it just opens up your eye a lot. So today I think what we're going to do is we'll do the black on the corners, and then you can see how the gold takes. So I'll do one eye gold for you so you can just see what it looks like. And then I'll do one with this kind of flesh color. Let me just clean my pencil a bit. So you can see the difference between the two. I find that the flesh colored one like kind of opens up your eyes a bit more. So I'm just going to go over the side with it. And then we will just go back in with our mascara for our falsies, just to kind of blend it in to your own lashes and then your underneath lashes. Okay, so now we are officially done with the eyes. Okay guys, so now that we are done with our eyes completely, we are going to do our contouring, blush and highlighter, and then our lips, and then we're done. So I'm going to go in with the TV brown again, and I like to use this kind of angled brush, and you just kind of place it in where you want it. Okay, and then you kind of blend it in. Again, you're going to go a lot darker than what you would normally do, reason being otherwise it won't be seen. Okay, and then I just take the same brush and I like this kind of trio of colors for my blush, or also depending on your skin type and what your makeup looks like, or you can use these two, but I think for today, because we're doing a dramatic look, we're going to do that. And you kind of blend it into your contouring. Okay, so now that is finished, we will go in with our highlighter. So I kind of like a highlighter that has a bit of like a bronzy feel, nothing too cold, like a silver. So I quite like this one. It's also from Kryolan, and you just take any kind of fluffy brush and apply it on your cheeks. So when you do highlighter, I feel like it's something you need to see in the light. It's not something that has to be in your face. So like when you can see when I move my face like this, you can see my highlighter over there. You can even add a little bit onto that brow bone. Quickly do the other side. And then I will just do my nose over here. But then guys, also remember that your highlighting and contouring is contouring. If you do the darker color, that's the dark color is whatever you want to hide. So for instance, like I told you, my double chin, I wanted to make myself look a little bit slimmer on the side, and then over here, because I have a little bit of a, my nose goes up just a little bit over there, so I like to hide that there. And then the highlight is what you want to accentuate. So if you have a bigger nose, then obviously don't highlight your nose like I just did. And then I would also do just a button up my nose. And then I love highlighting my Cupid's bow. I find that it always looks very nice. Our lips. Okay, now we're going to start with our lips. So you're going to line your lips first, especially bringing out your Cupid's bow. We did quite a dramatic eye. We're not going to do a dramatic lip. You do either or, otherwise it's just too much. So I use this lip stain. It's from Essence. I find it works amazing. It stays on the whole day. And add a little bit of gloss. Just so, there you go, girls. That is your complete look. I hope you girls are happy. If you have any questions, you can always ask Cindy and she will let me know. So I hope you have a great day.